Hi guys, welcome to Learn Tech from Zero. Today we'll be covering further CCNA topic. So let's begin with today's topic, which is today we'll be finishing 1.2 with an extra topic, which is star mesh bus ring topology. This is not included in the exam objectives, but you still need to know these topologies. Topology means how devices connect with each other. So you need to know these topologies even though they're not in the exam objectives, because CCNA might ask those questions. There are two of the topologies which are still used in modern networking, so we need to go through them. So let's begin. So today we'll be covering star, mesh, bus, ring, network topology. So in simple words, let me just quickly show you a picture. So you can see that this is star topology. A switch, there's a switch in the middle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a switch or router or computer to computer. Topology means how devices connect with each other. It can be a network device like a switch, router, PC to PC, etc. So we are not talking about any particular devices. It's just a topology, how the design is made for connection between devices. So star topology and mesh topology, these are common topologies, are used in modern networking. Ring topology and bus topology are kind of old. So in the star topology, you can see that there is a central device and everything is connected to this device. So let's say let's use this example. There's a switch and all these devices are connected to this switch. So if you want to add more devices, you can just simply connect to this switch and that's it. So in terms of expanding the network, it's easy, but if there is a failure in the switch, everything will just go down. So that's star topology. But before I go any further, let me just give you a one-line explanation of all of them. So star is everything connects to one switch. This is how modern local area network, a private local area network, works. Mesh, so this is used in star topology, is used in LAN. Mesh topology is used in data centers. Like for example, spine leaf architecture, networking architecture, is used in data centers. If you don't know what spine leaf is, I've already covered it, so you can watch other videos. So in data centers, spine leaf architecture, mesh topology is used, which means many devices connect to many devices. So let me just show you. So you can see that in the mesh, all devices are connected to each other. So there are many devices are connected to many devices. All right, let's just go with the next one. Bus. All devices share one main cable. So if the main cable fails, everything just shuts down. It's old Ethernet. So star has taken over. So the bus was the old topology. So it's not that important at the moment. So all you need to know is all devices just share one main cable. So this one, all devices, you can see, shares just one cable and all devices are connected from that cable. And then ring topology. Ring topology is devices connect in a circle used in some WAN metro networks. When we say WAN metro, we have already covered that in WAN network topology. So if you WAN network architecture. So if you don't know what's WAN or metro, then watch the video. In simple terms, one is external networks. Metro is when you have different companies within the same city. No, sorry, like one company has different branches within the same city. You can connect them using metro connection. So when we say metro, it's basically a company has different branches within the same city. So this was used back in the days, but this is hardly used right now. Ring. So bus and ring, they are old. Star and mesh is something we still basically these are the modern network topology. Star is the local area network, mesh is data center, bus is old, one cable connects everything, and ring, devices connect in circle. So you can see that. Let me just show you. You can see that devices are connected in circles. So let's just go through some of the notes. So star topology, you can see all devices connect to central device, which I've already explained. All devices connect to the central device. Advantages, easy to manage and troubleshoot. So I've given you a quick overview of those topologies, and you don't need to know in greater details. So what you can do is you can just go through the notes, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment. So let's not waste any more time reading through all the notes, because this is not very important for the exam, but you can also ask me if you have any questions. Let's just try the questions which will make more sense to you. So which topology is most commonly used in modern Ethernet LAN, local area network? So every time you say LAN, anything before the router is LAN. So LAN is private local area. So your home environment is a LAN. A company before accessing the internet is a LAN. So as we have mentioned, as I have mentioned, star and mesh, these are the modern topologies. A bus and ring, they're old, and full mesh or mesh is for data center, so it will be star topology. So this is correct. In a star topology, what happens if the central switch fails? So if this one fails, everything else shuts down. So one device goes down, the entire network goes down. This should be the answer. Half of the device, not half, all of the devices still communicate using no, because there is no alternate paths. So it will be the entire network goes down. Which topology provides the highest redundancy and fault tolerance? Highest redundancy and fault tolerance. Bus is old. Um, ring is old. Yep. So bus and ring is old. Full mesh. This one is all the devices are connected to each other, so one device fails. So let's say this device fails, it can communicate with this one, so there are redundant paths. One for example, if this one wants to communicate with this one, if the direct connection fails, there are alternative paths. So the mesh topology has highest redundancy. When we say redundancy, if something fails, you have a backup. That's called redundant. So highest redundancy and fault tolerance. If there is a fault, it can accept, it can tolerate that problem. So if there is a fail, it can accept it. So the answer should be full mesh. Okay, correct. What is the major disadvantage of a bus topology? What's the major disadvantage? So if the main connection shuts down, everything shuts down. The main cable requires too many cables. No, it only requires one cable. A backbone cable failure disrupts the entire network. When we say backbone cable, that's the main cable. So if the backbone cable failure disrupts the entire network, this could be the answer. Devices cannot communicate directly. So obviously, if this connection fails, everything will not be able to talk to each other. But we are talking about the major disadvantage, the entire network going down, not just devices not communicating with the other devices. It's too expensive to implement. No. So the answer should be a backbone cable failure disrupts the entire network. Correct. All right. Which topology depends on token passing for communication in legacy networks? So this one you need to go through the content, and this some of the questions are just high level. You don't necessarily need to know for the CCNA. So this is really good if you go through them and if you know all this, so that this will help you in the future. So which topology depends on token passing for communication in legacy network? And the answer should be I think the answer is ring. Ring. All right, that's correct. So if you go through the explanations, you should be able to find those answers. So if you don't know some of them, you might find it very difficult, but you don't necessarily need to know everything. So whatever that I tell you, or whatever that I explain you, that's enough to actually get ready for CCNA exam, because I'll be covering the important parts for the CCNA exam, which is called IP connectivity, where you have to do configuring IP addresses and then configuring routing, sorry, routers and switches. This is the most important part of CCNA. All right. So in which topology is every device connected to every other device? It will be full mesh. Partial mesh is some of the devices are connected to some of them. Full mesh is every device is connected to every device. So in this one, if all of them are connected, so this is full mesh. If some of them were not connected, it would be a partial mesh. So we're talking about every other device, so it will be full mesh. Which topology is most affected by devices or cable failure in a single shared medium? And the answer should be bus. It has one connection, and if this one fails, everything just goes down. Which topology is most affected by devices or cable failure in a single shared medium? It has to be bus. Correct. Which topology typically requires the most cabling and network interfaces? Most cabling and network interfaces, so it has to be full mesh. You can see it requires a lot of cables and lot of connections. So it has to be full mesh. Correct. That's it. I don't think we need to go any further. All you need to remember is star topology and mesh topology are the modern ones. Ring and bus are old connections. Star, one single device connected or are connected by many devices. Mesh topology, all devices are connected with each other. And that's it. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to help. And I will see you next time. Thanks for your time.